Alright, welcome guys. My name is MP, standing for Madden's Players. Welcome to my Unplugged. This is episode 1. Kind of wanted to make this series for a while now. This is going to be me behind the streamer in the sense of we're going to start making this series kind of about what I want to see myself do and what I want to see myself accomplish. Um, but before we get to that, I just want to let people know that um, I am a competitive Madden streamer, and we're starting to figure that out. I always try to be a fun streamer. I try to get people in it and have fun. And the streaming game is hard, man. I don't care if you're 18 or 35 or 70 years old. You're either gonna get a lot of views or a lot of follows, and people are gonna feel your shit, or you're not. I mean, it just is what it is, and you can't let that get in your mind and poison it. You can't let what other people think poison it. And we kind of let people do that over the years and stuff. And we're going to get back to what MP always stood for, what I always was, and that's a competitive gamer. I always have been competitive in the scene, from when I jumped on it to when I was in CFMs to now. And that's the content that people love to see. Like, yeah, I'm not the guy that you're going to come to and I'm going to do backflips. I'm not the guy that you're going to come to that's going to make you totally laugh or whatever and stuff. I mean, I'm funny. I'm pretty fucking funny. But I'm not known in the community as funny. And lately, I've kind of been known in the community for things that I don't want to be known for. I don't want to be known for tearing people down. I want to be known for beefing with people or making that kind of content. So we're going to step away from that content. And whatever content that bring or brought or whatever, I don't think that was ever the goal of MP or Madden's Players. If you ever hung out with me in person, I just like to chill and have a good time. I like to see people's skill. Like, you see me post stick work. Like, I love stick work. Like, I like to go to people's channels, whether you're good at the game or not. I like to see people's stick work. I like to see people, put their own spin on the game, whether you have abilities or not. It doesn't matter. I just like to watch the game. And I know the whole, like, people that play the game say the game sucks and stuff. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't have that same mentality. I mean, yeah, there are things in the game that could be better. Yeah, there are things to always improve on. But I've been in this community and this game so long that every year we say that, and every year we think it gets worse, or some people think it gets better. And the true fact is, if you play the game and you enjoy it, just enjoy the game. Like, if you're a regs player, enjoy the regs player. Like, I come from the community back then when being top 100 in regs, like, that meant something. Now being top 100 in regs really doesn't mean anything in a competitive standpoint. But there are parts of the community that it's still relevant in. Vose tweeted out today, actually. It's kind of funny. Why are there 5 different communities in Madden? And I mean, Vose is young. I like Vose a lot. At first, when I met Vose and saw him stream, I thought it was interesting. But the thing that you learn when you're young in Madden, you think like there's only one Madden, but you come to find out there's different levels to this game. You got your pros that you see all the time. You got your underground scene that you don't see as much. You have your corners where you go to, kind of like the underground when you go to your locals and you play. You have your players' lounges that you go and you stream. You have your popular CFMs. You have your CFMs that are no ones. You have Facebook leagues. You have Discord leagues. You got Madden, I'll say former Madden pros. Like TD Davis used to compete in, I think it's like, I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but it's like Compete for Madden or something like that you can get in through text message and stuff. I mean, there are different levels to the Madden community, and you just got to kind of find what your vibe is. And I think for me personally, I'll just be honest because it's unplugged, it's totally me unfiltered. It's hard for me to find my place after a while. Like, I enjoyed CFM and doing CFM so much, but it tore me away from my family so much. And the thing is people think it's easy to run a CFM. And I know you guys are sitting there thinking, it is easy. All you gotta do is get some users, post when you play, and good luck. Anyone can run a CFM, but to run it at a high capacity, a high rate, a fun CFM, you gotta have people with you. Like you gotta have loyalty and people that want to be in your league, and you gotta make it fun. You gotta make it interesting. You gotta make your CFM different from the other CFMs. And that's just one community in Madden, right? Then you got your competitive side where like you have your regs competitive that compete on Players Lounge weekly, and some of them are the same ones that compete in MUT weekly and stuff. Friday Night Football. If you get into the top hundreds or whatever, or you're well known and you're good in the community, they invite you. Last year we were in it 3 times and we played and competed and stuff. And I did okay. I could have done better. I felt like I could have done better for myself personally. And that's why I was like, well, maybe I can make this fun and make creative content. That's kind of when we hit the streaming harder. And honestly, I'm just going to be honest. If I was to do this every single day, to wake up and stream for 4 or 5 hours, talk to everyone, go in chats and be someone, and that was like my livelihood, I feel I would succeed. And I'm like, I know probably some of you that watch this are going to sit back and laugh, but I want to put this in perspective. When I say I've streamed for a long time, keep in mind, I go to work 8 hours, I come home, I watch my shows with my wife, and I would stream maybe 2 hours a day. It really wasn't that much. And in the weekend, I never streamed at all. So I never really was going to gain a lot of popularity or a lot of stuff just doing that small, right? But when I did do it in a large capacity due to my surgery in 2020 being home, keep this in mind. I went for 6 months streaming every day, right? And most of my streams were lit. Some of them sucked. I've improved because I got a lot of people in the community that will remain unnamed that helped me, that wanted to see me grow. And it helped me. And it did. And then what happened is when I had to get back to work and let that go, it affected me because I loved it. I loved streaming and seeing the people and doing that. And I wanted it so bad it affected me in a way that exploded myself. And we started making content that was out of our element. Excuse me. We started making content that I was like, well, this will make them laugh. Is this what they want to see? This will make them laugh. Is this what they want to see? Oh, they like beef? Let's try and do beef. Oh, they like Twitter wars? Let's try and do a Twitter war. I was forming myself into something that I wanted other people or other ideas to be. I never stayed true to myself. We rewatched some videos today. We did some inner searching after that long ass Twitter post and stuff. I'm not a person that's going to put out content. I want to beef with someone because I care what people think, man. I mean, I do. I care what you think. If you're watching this right now, I care what you think. That's just me. If you don't like me, I sit and I think about what can I do to make you like me. That's never going to change. I'm never going to be able to put out content where that is changing. But if I can get back to what MP was good at, which is Madden, I don't suck at the game. I'm very good, right? I can make top 100 leaderboards in MUT. The only reason you haven't seen it the past few years is I haven't played MUT. I've only played MUT really hard this year. We came to the end of last year for LCQ, and we missed it by a few spots. It's fine. We were adjusting to the game. We were never in the MUT community. We hit it harder at the beginning of the year when Madden came out, and I was really doing really good in clubs for some of my age, what I think, me personally, that's just what I think. And we didn't make it, and that was fine. I mean, we did, but some circumstances made it where we didn't make it, which is fine. And then we all got flipped around because we weren't doing a lot of the MCSs that we normally do. So the past few months, I haven't been on MUT. I've only been doing DCs or whatever. And being that I can't be home to stream all the time, I don't play MUT when I'm in the hotel because the internet isn't as good. But when they announced DC, I'm like, okay, I could probably grind DC. I could try to figure this out, right? No abilities. A lot of people, even myself, said, you really want to be good, take the abilities off. Let's see how good you are. So it was a true challenge for me. I really struggled, man. A lot of my posts I told you guys, DC is hard. Like, it was hard for me. I can't sit there for 10, 15 hours a day and break every playbook down. Like, I can't do that. I got to literally take my skill, my ability of knowing how Madden works and what people do. Madden 101, when I tweeted that out, what it was, and I stopped it kind of in a way because I wanted people that really focused on me to learn what it was. And here's really the secret, man. Madden is just a pattern, man. If you can figure out what your opponent's pattern is, I don't care if they're running meta, I don't care if they're running random. Everyone has a pattern or something that they do over and over and over in the game again. If you can figure that pattern out, you're gonna win. So this past weekend, a lot of only people that tuned in. I had about 25 people watching me this weekend, so like I'm pretty good at letting people know when I play competitively, they show up because that's the MP. That's that fire that you guys see. When you come to the stream, you want to see the fire? You ever come and see me play money games? You ever come and see me play in tournaments? That's the fire. So they came for the fire, and that's what they got last weekend was the fire. So our first game, we played, I don't know, somebody random, and it was a close game where we got the dub. Then when we got to our second game, I was really fucking concerned because it said Bobby V. And Bobby V's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a guy. I mean, he runs the OG network competitive scene. He doesn't suck. He does, like, that's what he does. He plays Madden. All right? Like, he consistently plays 6 to 8 hours a night, probably. I don't know him off the game or offline as much. But, I mean, that's what he does. Me, I go to work most of the time and I only play a few hours now. My amount of prep time last weekend was literally, and you guys saw it if you guys saw my stream last weekend, was the 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours I streamed Saturday, and then we woke up and we played Sunday. That's literally the game prep I had. That's it. And the game prep that we're going to have this weekend is literally less than that. Because you can't draft till Friday. I don't have my Xbox here with me. I can't get on to draft my team in the morning and practice all day. So we're literally going to draft Friday night. And I don't mind streaming the draft. I don't care if the player that I'm playing sees it or whatever. I don't care because back in the day, that's what we did. Like, did you all tune in to the last previous Maddens and lives? When they did Draft Champions, they drafted their team live. They went and had a few hours to prep, and then they played. That's what they did live version. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but that's what they did. So anyways, so you guys actually have a lot more time to prep than I do right now. So, but anyway, so we're gonna go in. We're gonna draft our team, and I'll probably only get a few hours to prep, get some sleep, wake up, and hey, if I win 3 games, I'm gonna be happy as shit. You don't even know. I will lose my mind, right? And it's just because the people that know that I'm good, like they know. They tune in. They let me know. They support me. They like the certain tweets that are positive. They ignore the ones that are negative. And they kind of point me in the right direction. We got a slap in the face today, a wake-up call, if you will, by a certain streamer. And then another streamer messaged us, and we had a personal friend message us and said, I'm just going to be real with you, MP. Like, the content creation side isn't your forte. You have a full-time job. You have kids. You know, you have it made, man. You made it. Congratulations. Put this as a hobby and don't focus on it. And I've been told it a lot. And it is my hobby. Like, yeah, one day it'd be awesome to, like, make a lot of money off this. But I'm not a content creator, guys. I'm not, like, MP isn't going to be the brand of Madden ever. Like, you know what I mean? I am a competitive streamer. I should be streaming competitive sides and competitive games because that's just who MP is. So when I go into this weekend, and like I said, like we did last weekend, we played Bobby V, competitive. I fucking blew up. I went crazy. We had a lot of fun. My wife even yelled at me because I was so loud. She had to come and tell me, like, keep it down. Like, I was literally out of control because I have a heart for that. That's where MP's heart is. My heart is in competitive Madden. It always is. It always will be. If EA ever knocks on my door and says, hey, help us out on anything competitive, I don't care if it's talking about it. I don't care if it's setting it up, going to events, being part of the team. I don't care. That is where my heart is. I always like putting on live events. I always wanted to, and I haven't got the opportunity to, was do online tournaments and commentary. Similar to what Nick Mazesco kind of does, that's like my dream job. That is the job that I've always wanted to do since I've been here. And if you know me in person, whenever there's a booth, you will find me after the game in the booth talking. because I understand the game of Madden. I understand how it's played. I understand what you need to do, and that's it. And I get that. I'm probably never gonna be as big as Problem or Pavin or whatever. And I get it. It's not my living. It's not my forte. It's not what I do. But I do enjoy the competitive side. And so that's what I'm saying is when we branded this hashtag MP, it stood for Madden positivity. And that's what we bring into the competitive side is we're gonna yap at you. We're gonna play. We're gonna talk our shit in the game. But after the game, we're gonna have some beers and joke about it and say, "Oh man, when you ran that ball, it's gonna hit sick the fuck out of you." And you're gonna be like, "No, you weren't." Like that's trash talking. We used to trash talk motherfuckers back in the day, and we used to get into some shit. But the real ones knew that's competitive. Like we wouldn't go past a certain line. We kept it to Madden and stuff. Like some of us didn't, and we went off the rails and we went crazy, and they went in the fist fights and stuff. That's not me. Do I look like someone that wants to fight you? I'm a fucking nerd, dude. I just want to have fun and enjoy it. If you suck at the game or I feel you suck, we're gonna talk about how much you suck when we play. That's just like when I get into it. That's how we are. Like when we played Bobby V. I'm just gonna pull this up as an example. We played, and I got nothing but respect for Bobby V, and Bobby V, as far as I know, has nothing but respect for me. When we played, we're enemies. Like we're fucking into it. So after the game, fuck yeah, I'm gonna tag that motherfucker, right? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be like, bam, look, I just beat your guy, dude. Everyone said I couldn't play in this realm. Here I am beating your number one guy. Of course I'm gonna talk my shit. But at the end of the day, you see me, that was fun, man. I was a fun GG. You know, he might say there was lag, he might say there was something. That's just the competitive side of us. No one wants to lose. Who wants to lose, right? No one. But when you step away and you can say, GG, man, I'll get you next time. I'll see you on the flip side. That's the side of Madden I love, right? That's the side that MP comes from. Let's talk our shit during the game. Let's do our shit. Let's shake hands and be men after. That is Madden competitive gameplay, and that's what we need to focus on and stuff, and that's what we're going forward. So when you come to my streams from now on, or you see a lot of this content that I'm about to put up the next week, I'm gonna actually probably take a week off. I'm spending some time with my wife next week, during the week, obviously, right? But you're gonna see a lot more of this stuff, a lot more positivity growing, a lot more insight to myself personally, and we're not gonna cap. Excuse me. We're not going to put down streamers or go that route because that's not MP. I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. And I feel the past 2.5 to 3 months, I was trying to get the eye of some people. I was trying to cap and see, like, does this person really pay attention to me? Even though this person doesn't follow me, do they still see my stuff? Do they actually care? Like, there are that's just me. That's how I've always been, and that's how I'm always gonna be. But to be true to myself, I have to take a step back, realize I'm never gonna be the person that 800 people come to watch, and I'm okay with that. I really am, and I know a lot of you are like, no, you're not. That's why you're going through a mental breakdown, or you went through a mental breakdown, or whatever. But that's because I was trying not to let it bother me and just fake it and just trying to sweep it under the rug, if you will. But you can't do that, man. It affects me. It affects me for what people think and stuff. I always want to put out good content. I get not everyone's going to like my content. That's fine if you don't like my content. I mean, that's it. Click the other person, go to them. That doesn't bother me. I think what really bothers me is when people act like they like your content for a while and then all of a sudden they 360 and don't like your content or something. Like, that's the side that bothers me because I watch a lot of people from lower streamers to higher streamers, and if I tell you, like, I like your stream, I like your stuff, whether you hate me or like me, it doesn't affect me. Like, it doesn't, meaning it doesn't affect if I'm going to watch you or not. Like, I want to see everyone eat. I want to see everyone grow and stuff in this community. I want everyone to have a chance if that's what they want. You know what I mean? But I don't want someone to come to my channel, tell me I'm doing a great job, and sub for a few weeks later for them to just flip the script and not be like a fan anymore. It's like losing a fan, losing a friend. And it affects me. I'm just going to be real. It affects me. So yeah, that's something we got to get over. And I feel if I just pour my heart back into the competitive side, I keep a lower profile. Gangsters move, as one of my friends or personal people or homies or whatever you want to call us, says, gangsters move in silence. And at first I'm like, nah, man, everyone makes noise. Like, if you don't make noise, what the fuck? But that's me. I need to move in silence. Like, think about this. Y'all didn't hear from me for almost 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks before we played on DC. And then everyone came in my stream because people know when it comes to competitive Madden, and I honestly sit there and focus, I'm one of the best. Like, I don't give a fuck if you laugh at this or not. If I sit there and I focus, I am one of the best. I can beat one of the best and stuff, or I can at least put up a fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can put up a fight. It's been a while since I've been blasted. It's been a while, but I'm always gonna have the heart to compete. I always want to compete. That's why I love Madden. I want the competition and stuff. And so since this is MP Unplugged, that's what we're gonna do, man. No more videos of funny capping. No more like what do you want to say it? Trying to get the eye of certain people to see what their reaction is. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, man. No matter who you are or how you feel about me, I don't have that much hate in my heart towards people like that. I'm going to touch on this subject real quick. And one of the things that came to light last night was everyone knows my beef with Shocker 360 and what we went through years ago when we were at the top of our game. When me and Shock were playing, fucking tournaments galore and stuff, and our shit went down, right? And stuff like that. Yeah, we had beef and stuff, and I might have took it too far at some point, and I always felt a way about that. I mean, that's me. But we're older now, man. Like, I gotta learn to let that shit go. But anyways, I learned last night after we made the thing and put it up, that Shocker was actually in the hospital for like a month and stuff, and it just made me kind of think, man. Like, things are bigger than Madden. Like, I don't want him to pass away or die or be out of the community or anything. I think I just want to shake hands, move on, bury the hatchet, and let bygones be bygones. Like, if you hear this Shock, if you ever see this Shock, or anyone on the Madden All-Stars community ever sees this, hey, let them know, man. I'm ready to bury the hatchet and move on and just enjoy content again together, man. I know he still uploads his stuff and he still does his ebooks. And that's good for him on his own personal grind. Good job, man. I shouldn't shit on that. Like, I don't like what happened to me back in the day, but you also were really young, man. We were just trying to eat, we were just trying to feed our families. And I wasn't ready to admit that back then. I am now. So, I mean, I hope you're doing healthy, Shock. I hope you're getting better and stuff. And I hope one day, if you ever do come out to Vegas or Southern California, we could have a beer and joke about some shit. You know what I mean? You always ran tournaments for people. You always tried to be in the community. How I felt about you is probably very vocal and stuff. And so that's on me. But honestly, I hope you're doing good, Shock, and I hope things are good. Hope you recover. And DM me on, you got my Facebook. You know where I am. We know each other personally. I don't know if you're on Twitter anymore. You can, follow me, email me, whatever. But anyways, there's things bigger than Madden, man. There's just things bigger than Madden. And there's some stuff going on in my life that I'll just be real quick, man, since it's on my mind. I found out a few days ago that my grandma was in the hospital. Sorry, my grandma was in the hospital, and she's very stubborn. She didn't want to go to the hospital. I actually was away. I couldn't bring her. So my wife, my lovely wife, brought her, and found out she had a mild heart attack, and it kind of threw me for a little bit of a curve. Like what's gonna happen if I'm out here trying to work and I can't be back to see her? You know what I mean? Like, what then? Like, so That just kind of was a mental curveball to me. It was also a wake up call that I kept in the back of my mind. I can't carry this hate no more, man. I can't have the beef out there and act like like it don't phase me, because it does. It does phase me. So MP's just gonna keep doing MP. I'm just gonna stream. If there's two people that want to enjoy it and talk to me, awesome. If there's 20 to 25, awesome. But I'm no longer going to be that singing pony guy. I'm no longer going to try and be the backflip guy. I'm no longer going to try and just do shit to amuse you, because it's fake. It's not me. Like, I'm fun when I'm me, and you guys saw that this past weekend. That's me. I don't need GIFs. I don't need funny stuff that pops up and stuff. You want to know something? I never thought, I thought of that stuff. I always had it in my mind. And the first person I saw do it successfully was Kep. And I was like, man, I had that idea, but he's pulling it off. Like, Kep knew how to, I had the Techno Bowl one. Honestly, I'll be honest, man. I know a lot of you won't believe me. I had the Techno Bowl set up. And like I said, I didn't get a lot of views back then, because I didn't stream that much. So I always kind of did it. It was like, maybe I can get people this way. It didn't work. Kep did it. Now, he did a lot of other stuff, but he did that. He did the halftime show. He threw up stuff. And I was like, that's entertaining. Let me try that. It didn't work for me. And you know why it didn't work for me? Because it's not me. It's not my stream. It doesn't work that way for me. I was trying to incorporate someone else's stream into mine. And it wasn't me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel when you stream, and I've learned this now, if you're not authentic to yourself, it's going to show. People are going to see it. You might be the most boring motherfucker on the planet. And if you stream and you're yourself, that's what they're going to see, and that's what they're going to find. And that's how you find a true fan. If you're trying to be fake and they see you one stream and they like that and they're like, that's what I like. And they come back next time and you a boring motherfucker and you don't do that shit, they're going to see right through it, man. And I feel like that's what happened. Is for a moment in time, just a moment, I was trying to be someone I wasn't. And it's come to tuition. It's come to the full front. And the real people saw who I was. The real people DM'd me and saw what I was going through and helped me and took me on, put me on their shoulder, on their back, and said, I got you, MP. Let's show you the road. And some of those people, I'll be honest, I did wrong. I did dirty. For that, I'm sorry. But I can only move forward from here. I can only move on. I can only get back to my positive stream, which is me. I am a positive streamer. I do enjoy the game. It's not a very popular opinion in the community of the game being fun. But right now, I'm sitting here. When I get home, I'm going to kiss my wife tomorrow. I'm going to tell my kids I love them. Probably going to buy them some presents and shit, because I haven't seen them in a while. Give them a big hug. Kiss my mama and my dad. Right? I'm going to go. And I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to go play some Madden. Because I love the game. Like, I do practice offline. I know that's unheard of, and people don't do it as much anymore. But this game at one point in time saved my life. It literally paid my bills. I was literally in tournaments underground, buying, like, literally paying my rent, going to get food for my family for the week. That's why it means so much when we play money games and we play competitive and stuff. That's where it comes from. So when I try to create fun content, whatever, the reason it's not through it is because when I set out years ago to put out content, I didn't set out to be funny. I didn't set out to make people laugh or anything. I set out to be better at Madden, to make the person at home go buy Madden, because, like, I'll be honest, when I started playing this game and stuff, I wasn't good at it. I sucked. And I would get online, I would get my ass kicked, and it was on fun. So we studied the game. We literally took it one time, figured all the stuff out or whatever, and learned how to beat people. We sat for, I'd say, 6 months straight and learned how to play this game, learned what worked and learned what didn't. And the minute we figured it out is the minute we started our YouTube and started showing people you can be good at Madden. You don't have to be a pro. You don't have to be on TV, doing this. You can enjoy Madden. Here's how. And I developed a way where it didn't change your style. And that's what made me so popular back then, is I didn't care what you ran. I didn't care what, and I still don't care what playbook you run, because Madden's now there's a meta and people love the meta. I think it's Trips tight end this year or whatever, but so many people run it. Why don't you figure out how to shut it down? If you can be the one that shuts it down and you figure it out and you don't, and you show people, I feel that would attract more people, than being funny and stuff, if that's what your forte is. Now, if you just enjoy being funny and you want to play the game, then that's your content. I've learned that's not my content, and that's not what I'm good at. And that's why I've been failing, so to speak. I always want the competitive side. I always want to be competitive. I always want to show Joe Smo he can win too. You don't have to invest $9 million to be good at this game and stuff. It does take a little bit of money, I feel, to play competitive in the higher rankings. But if you're an average Joe like me, I mean, you can compete too. You just got to learn the game. And that's what we're going to get back to. I'm going to start putting up content, and I'm going to start putting up free ebooks on my channel, and free plays and free stuff that I don't want to charge you guys. I don't want to put up an ebook, and I've always felt this way. Knowledge is free now. Like, it didn't used to be free. We used to be able to charge people, put ebooks up, and do it. Like, I would put my ebook up. I won't lie to you guys. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. When I broke away from Madden All Stars and I made my MPod myself and I put it up for, I think it was $5 or $10, I made $100 one day. One dude just bought 10 of them and emailed them out, and was very happy because he was going to this was 2010, I want to say, or 11. He was going to a family barbecue, and all his friends were talking shit. And so he literally bought 10 copies so that way he could go to the barbecue, beat them at Madden, and then give them the copies and let them know how it happened. True story. I want to say his name was, what was his name? We met at Virgin Gaming, the Virgin Gaming one. I can't think of his name right now. If you see this and it's you, let me know. But I talk to you all the time. I just can't think of your fucking name right now. But that's the side that we need to get back to. That's the side that I enjoy. Giving free content, giving free advice. So that way Joe Smo can go pick up the game, go get the content, and enjoy it. Now, I don't care how shitty you think the game is. You can make the game fun if you know how to play the game. Like, sit and watch people, okay? Like, go to a random stream and see what they play. Are they saying the game's shitty because they're throwing the 3 defenders? Or are they saying the game's shitty because the guy is dropping a wide open pass? Like watch a football game and let me know how many times a guy fumbles or how many times a wide open pass happens. It happens, and it's shitty. And yes, we want a perfect game, but I feel a perfect game would be boring. I picked up Madden 15 the other day, and I was playing a friend, and this is 100% true. It's actually my brother-in-law. It was actually a few months ago. We were down there, and he had the game on Xbox. It was Madden 15 and stuff, and we played it. Now, obviously, I kicked his ass because it's my game, and he never plays. But he would throw the ball up just randomly because he didn't know. Right? He throws it up. 2 guys are there, and they dropped almost 9 out of 10 interceptions were dropped and stuff. And it's just so funny because I watched the game today and we complain about drops and dropped interceptions and stuff. It's always been there and stuff. It's always been in there. It's always been there. And the difference is a lot back then. And here's the thing. A lot back then, if you knew how to hit stick back then, which I did, which I still do, you could create a lot of fumbles. I used to have to create a rule with one of my buddies where I was so good at making him fumble. We would allow only 1 fumble a game. So basically, you would hit stick. I get my fumble. I'd be like, I'd have to choose. Do I want to punt the ball back to you so you have the ball? Or do I'm like, all right, this is my fumble. And that's the truth. I want to say it was the year Chris Johnson. I think it was 11 when CJ was really good. Chris Johnson was 11 or 12. I don't remember. But you could run halfback toss or halfback, to the side, and fuck, he was gone. CJ2K, he was gone, right? And we knew that. Back then, you could roll out with Vic and just bomb that bitch, right? And it didn't matter if two spinners were down. You most likely were going to catch it. So the game has always had its issues and always had its stuff. But were you good enough to figure it out? And that's the key right now with DC. You can get the best playbook or the worst playbook. What are you going to do? How are you going to affect it? Yeah, so the part that sucks about DC, and I'll admit it, you get the one draft this weekend. You could have the shittiest draft in your favorite playbook. You know what I mean? And it's going to suck. Whereas someone might get a shitty playbook and just draft all the best players. Who's going to have the better adjustment is the chess game, right? That's the only reason we were able to beat Bobby V is that day I played chess better than he did. If you do watch the video, I think it's still on my YouTube or Twitch and stuff. If you watch the game, so go ahead and watch it. If you watch the game, he would run this one play. I don't know what it's called. I'm not gonna make Bobby be like hate me or anything. But he had a receiver that kept going to the left, and I left him open almost every fucking time. But I knew, I'm like, all right, so he likes to go there. I made a secret adjustment one time, and you don't see this on stream because I'm quick with the stuff. You'll see the flash real quick. It's because I'm making the adjustment in less than 2 seconds. I know what I want to do. So anyways, he brought it out. He ran left, and I'm like, I know it. So I'm going to pretend like I'm running back, but I know he's throwing to the left. The minute that arm went, boom, I darted to the left and got an interception, right? Again, if you learn the pattern of your opponent, I don't care if you're playing Joe Smo or the best Madden player in the world, you're going to beat him. Like, if you shut down his shit, he's going to go freestyle. And you'll see it when I play Bobby V. We played, it was close the whole game because once he knew what I was running and once I knew what he was running, it was a chess match. Like, what were we going to do? How were we going to change it? Well, that was fucking fun, right? We played Ape next and we played J-Wall. J-Wall's phenomenal, by the way. J-Wall's defense and Ape's defense were the best defensive adjustments I've ever seen this year. I couldn't figure it out. I'll tell you guys, I have about 15 hidden plays that look similar, but they have a slight difference in how I set them up and stuff. So it looks like it's a base play, but it's not. There's slight adjustments. And they were able to cover it all. And that was impressive. I give it to them. And we played some 2 random nobodies, and we got our wins, right? So we went 3-2, so I'm happy with that. And we did something that a lot of people said we couldn't do. And I'll be honest, the only person that said I could do it, with the except like some people, I'm not going to like Fender's always positive. Fender's always going to say, "Bro, you can make it. Put your mind to it," right? And I love Fender for that because, again, he's a lot of the reason I like the positivity movement in Madden. J-Dub told me, don't let people persuade you in certain ways. Just do you. The rest will follow. And so a lot of haters, a lot of people told me I was never going to make Madden, like I was never going to make a live event. I was never going to be relevant. I may never be relevant. That's fine. But I was never going to get in a live event. Now, granted, I know a lot of you say, they let 500 people in. That's great. Congratulations. I didn't go 0-16. I didn't go 0-6 or 0-10 or whatever. I went 3-2, and 3 of the people we played, are top people. They're in the top like 20 of those. So it's not like I played just random nobodies. And I checked people out. I'm not going to say no names, but I typed their name in. I wanted to see what their record was. I was curious because there was a lot of people snapping, talking shit. And they went 1-5, and they went 1-7 and stuff. And they got a dose that it's hard. It isn't as easy as some of you think when you get older, right? When you don't play this game every day, it gets harder. Yes, the W is very fucking right. If they ever make a leaderboard that's only 20 or 30 people, like we used to have back in the day, those are pretty much the people that are going to make it all the time. So when they expanded it, it's not that hard for someone who plays this for a living to make it. You know what I mean? Like, people went 4-0 and put the controller down. What was the advantage? Like, you were going to make the top 100 going 4-0. Like, you know what I mean? So The only advantage that you have trying to go 8-0 or 7-0 in that time frame is if you're, the first 20 or 30 that are in, you're going to play the worst people in the game, so you're guaranteed to win your first or second game almost. That's just my opinion. But I don't care where you placed. If you're 512, 520, I don't care. You made them at an event. Congratulations, chalk it up. You get relevant. You know what I mean? I mean that's just my opinion. I don't know. That's just me. But never tell someone they can't do something, man. That's just motivation for the fire. Like anyone who tells me I can't do something makes me want to go do it even more. Um, but falling back to unplugged, we're getting back to the competitive Madden. We are still going to stream on the weekends when we're there, or during the summer, probably stream every day and stuff. But when there's a Madden MCS event or we're doing it, we're back. We're back 100%. I mean, I've tried last year, but before last year, I didn't try any MCS events. I'll be real with you. I didn't really try. I was just playing CFMs, just having fun with the game, enjoying my life and stuff, trying to make a career. And we made one. We have a career. I'm pretty set in my job. I'm good. Now I want to get back to my hobby, which is competitive Madden. That's the content that MP is going to create. So if that's what you want to see and that's what you're here for, drop a follow, drop a sub on this YouTube. This isn't the only unplugged I'm going to do. I want to do one every week, tell you how I feel, where my mindset is. I feel it's a good way to clear my mind, clear my mindset, erase all the hatred and stuff, because we got really deep in the hatred. I won't lie to you. I looked at my content the other day, well, today, I guess, technically. And I was like, man, either you spew hatred, you're posting hatred. You can't be a positive vibe person, a positive person, and spew hatred. Now, maybe I'm posting positive stuff, and the people that have hate in their heart are seeing it, being like, that dude just wants EA to suck their dick, or whatever. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But that's never the vibe, man. I enjoy that we get to play this game of Madden, and I'm very happy that we get to play it and stuff. Of course, I want a better game, but I'm gonna enjoy what I can. Like I said, if EA ever wants to bring me on to do anything, I would love to do it. I don't care if it's Madden Live. I don't care if it's hosting an event. Like I said, I don't care. I love EA, and it's my game. That's why I name myself Madden's player. It doesn't say Call of Duty player. It doesn't say NBA 2K player. It doesn't say PGA Tour player. It says Madden's players. And we have turned this. So someone asked me, why did I make a hashtag MP? The hidden agenda was Madden positivity. MP always stood for Madden positivity in the sense when we shortened it. So hashtag MP is the Madden positivity movement. That's what we're here for. I think 45 minutes is a pretty good lengthy video. We're not going to make any cool drifts or cool stuff. No intros, no outros, whatever, right? It's just going to be us. This is MP, better known as Madden's players, with the Madden positivity movement. You have just watched MP Unplugged. Catch us next time. Any topics, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Put in the comments. And please, before I get off, please, if you like this video, click the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you know when I post stuff. We're going to go positive. We're going to go unplugged. Thanks for watching. We out. Yeah, I know. I need a shave.